I'm remaking this video because an hour of footage just it's gone. It's not necessarily gone, but it's laggy, it's fragmented, it's everything. I don't understand. It's all because I wanted to make this video in 4K, but now I have to make it in 1080p. But anyways, it doesn't matter. I'll probably upload it somewhere else, as in like podcast form. But there are some visual elements to it that I really wanted to show in there, and it was an hour-long video, and I really liked it. But I guess whatever, right? But and this video is really on the topic of self-improvement. And what is it? What is self-improvement? The way that I would describe self-improvement is the perpetual continuation of your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Perpetual continuation means that, think about it as like a perpetual motion machine. It is a machine that never stops. It's a machine that keeps on going. It feeds on its own energy, pretty much, right? It's a perpetual motion machine. It keeps on going and going and going with no friction, right? Perpetual continuation means that you keep on improving on your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Physical means all the stuff that you can see, you can touch, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, everything, right? All of this, your body, that is your physical, right? Getting in shape, eating better. Mental means all the stuff that you know. All the books that you've read, right? Read several books. A lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've read about 8 books in this past year. Spiritual means, well, it can mean 2 different things. On the one hand, it can mean religion, right? And I understand that not everybody is very religious, but if you are that religious type, like me, spiritual health could mean reading your Bible more, or reading your Quran more, praying more, giving thanks to God more, all that stuff, right? But it could also mean having this peace within you, this peace in your heart, this peace in your mind. One of those ways that you can do is through meditation, but that's for a little bit later in the video. There were 2 words that really started my whole journey into the self-improvement journey that I am in right now. And those 2 words were probably not. Probably not. And those were the words that I heard when I asked out my crush in the beginning of this year. And now I'm here. What is it now? Like 7 months later? Yeah, 7 months later. I don't care. I'm doing good, honestly. And what does this have to do with self-improvement, you might be asking? Well, this is one of the methods that I developed, and it's in my hour-long... I don't know what that was. It's in my hour-long video, right? Which I'll probably upload somewhere else so that whoever is interested can listen to it, right? But this chair, I swear. Everything happens for a reason, but we don't know the reason for why things happen. But you can actively do this with me right now, right? And I actively did it with you guys in my hour-long video that is all cut and jagged and whatever, right? But I wrote down in my journal, right? I wrote down all these little things. We can do it in 6-month chunks, or we can do it in year chunks, or every so couple of years, right? Depending on how old you are and when you're watching this video. How I wanted to start it was this year, 2023, right? And what I want you to outline, you can get a journal out, get a piece of paper, pen or a pencil. and outline a year where there was something bad happened, right? Something bad that happened to me was got rejected, right? I heard those two words, probably not. What happened straight after that? I went to the gym, right? I already knew what the gym was before. I did a lot of dabbling with the gym. I went to the gym for a whole summer, that previous summer, 2022. So I knew what the gym was, right? So went to, went to Planet Fitness. And then what happened after that? I got injured more, right? Because I was already injured since September. But I didn't listen to my body. And so I injured myself a little bit more. My worst day was when I was on the ground and I literally couldn't get up. I was on that bed right there and I literally couldn't get up from bed because it just hurt so much. Couldn't stand straight. Just my back was just hurting. What happened after that? I went to school like nothing ever happened. That taught me grit. That taught me strength. Just put a nice face whenever bad things happen in your life. And then what happened after that? And I tried to reconcile with my crush. Went back to school and then tried to reconcile with my crush. That was a really stupid decision. From somebody, because I told her I don't want to be friends with you because this is how my heart feels and my heart's gonna be this, blah blah blah, whatever, right? And then I tried to reconcile with her. I don't want to be friends with you. Oh, let's be friends. So I tried to reconcile with her. It took her about a week to respond. Then I sent her another letter, and it took her about another 2 days to respond. And then she said, "Let's be classmates." What? What happened after that? Heartache. Heartache. That's what happened. 4 months without speaking to her. Right? Okay, cool. What happened after that? Books. Books. All the books that I've read over there. That's what happened, right? Because I was like, I'm tired of wallowing my own self-pity. I don't want to be laying in bed all the time. Why don't I just put a book in my hand? Well, I was reading on my phone for most of it, but I was like, I'm not going to be here, and I'm not going to just sit around and do anything and just, keep on crying about it. So I decided to pick up a book. And I learned. I learned some things, It kept my mind busy. And I learned some things because of it. I read books like Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins and The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Pretty good books. I recommend that you read them. Then what happened after that? Self-improvement YouTube. That's what happened directly after that. Self-improvement YouTube. I watched videos like Hamza and watch videos by Hamza and everyone else. Really just more like Hamza stuff, but self-improvement YouTube. I was going in a very good direction. And then after that, actual real-life self-improvement. That's what happened after that. Actual real-life self-improvement. I decided to implement all the stuff that I learned into my life. And now I'm here, right? My heaviest was 290 pounds. And now I'm 251.4 pounds. That's a pretty good achievement. I started at 265 back in June because I was dabbling with a few self-improvement things. I was dabbling with a few weight loss things. But I keep making myself, right, like more promises, right? I'm going to finish this book by the end of the month. I'm going to lose this much pounds, all that stuff, right? I found that there's a lot of value in novelty, right? The new. Starting a new thing, starting a new journey. And that's why I kind of chunk my things into 6-month periods. My 6-month period ended in April 30th. April 30. And I didn't improve in a lot of things, but I did improve in some things. Like I finished some books that I wanted to read, and I was a different person than I was from when I started in October. And now I'm starting another 6-month block. It's going to end in October, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, October, something like that. October 22nd, I think is when it's going to end. Because it started October 23rd, ended April 30th, and now it's going to be October 22nd. But with this method that you can do right here, you can really see the things that happen in your life and what has brought you up to this point. Because, as I said, things happen in our lives for a reason, but we don't see the reason right now. But you can actively see why things happen in your life. Maybe right now you are in a really good position. You are doing the things that you're supposed to do. You're putting in the hard work, doing the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. But you're only doing that because something bad happened in your life, something terrible, something miserable. You went through this dark period. And you can really see, right, all the things that happen in your life. The essence of self-improvement is to improve upon your life, physically, mentally, spiritually, as I said, right? But it's also really good to see what led you up to this moment. But now that we've seen what leads us to this moment, now we can actually talk about self-improvement methods. Physical, mental, spiritual. Physically, physically is eating better and getting a nice workout in, really. Not really necessarily workout. You can do more like cardio and yoga stuff. Just keep your body active, right? Because your body and your mind are connected. If your body feels good, your mind feels good. But if your body doesn't feel bad, if you feel groggy, if you ate something that you shouldn't eat, your mind is going to be all like, oh, this and that. Like, let's say you eat Takis. You can't handle spicy things. You're going to go to the bathroom and you're going to be there for a while. And you're going to be like, why did I eat those things? Trust me. Trust me. I know this from experience. But if your mind is not right, if your mind is not in the right place, your body is also isn't going to be in the right place. If you're tired, or if you're mentally tired, right? If you didn't get a good night's sleep, or if you're really stressed, stress is a more better example. Stress is a better example for this, right? Because not getting a good night's sleep, sure, it can impact your willpower, right? Because you stay a couple of hours not sleeping, it's going to take a toll on your mind, but mostly it's your body because you're not getting rest. Let's say you're under more stress than usual, you're not going to perform as well. You're going to feel tired. You're going to have these body aches. And your output of your body is not going to be as good as if you weren't as stressed. If you didn't have all these thoughts in your mind. It's not only just stress from like work or from school, it's also these self-deprecating thoughts of I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. That's an intention. An intention that you set every single time that you set yourself to do a physical task. Like you're going to bench press, and you say, in your mind, you keep repeating yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this. Yeah, you're not going to be able to, because you're setting yourself up for failure. So mentally, you put up that roadblock, which impacts your physical health. Now, spiritually, we can delve into the religious side or the non-religious side, right? For right now, I'm going to delve into the religious side. I'm going to go into the non-religious side in a little bit. But religiously, right? It's this faith that we have in religion. It's called faith. In Christianity, in Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism. I don't really know how it works in Buddhism and Hinduism, but I know how it works in Judaism and Islam and Christianity, right? But we have this faith in the one and only God, right? Christ, Allah for Islam, and Yahweh for Judaism, right? We have this faith that everything is going to be okay in the end. We have this faith that the God that we believe in will deliver us from evil. He will deliver us from the snare of the fowler. Yeah, the snare of the fowler. I have to, I have to check myself on that one. We have this faith that evil is going to be punished in the end and that good is going to win, right? That we are going to be cleansed of our sins and that God is going to establish his kingdom. Things through reading the Bible, reading the Torah, reading the Quran, the Gospels. Those are the things that religiously keep us intact, right? Religiously, spiritually, prayer as well is a really good one. Those are the things that keep our spiritual health in check. Non-religiously, things like reducing stress, things like meditation, things like making peace with the things that happened in your past, right? Trauma, abuse, toxic friends, and everything else. Making your peace with all that. That could be a non-religious form of spiritual health, because making peace with those things gives you less calamity in your heart and gives you less things to think about, right? Because it's the things that you feel, right? There's the thinking, right? That's your mind, but then there's also the feeling, which could be your spirit, the non-religious spirit. Is all the things that you feel: sadness, anger, jealousy, envy. And all these things you can come to terms with, and you can say no more, right? And you can stop being angry, you can stop being selfish, angry, greedy. You can stop being all these things, and you can find peace in the world. That is the spiritual side, and I like to mix both of those, the religious one and the non-religious one, right? Because I like to find peace within my heart, but at the same time I do find peace in my heart knowing that God is real and that Jesus died for my sins. Personally, that's me, right? It can be whatever else. Apply that situation to you if you believe in Christianity, and if you don't, and you believe in something else, fill in the blanks for yourself. But in essence, right? And this is the core this is what I really want to drive home, right? Self-improvement has the word self. But it's not always about the self. Always about you, or me, right? Sure, a lot of these things that you're doing for yourself. You're eating better, you're eating better, you're going to the gym, you're reading, meditating, journaling, all that stuff, right? For your mind. Well, meditating can be for spiritual health, right? Spiritual health, you're meditating, you're praying, you're reading your Bible, you're reading your religious book, and you're finding peace within your heart, within your mind, within your soul, right? Within your inner being. But at the end of the day, it's not just about you all alone. It's also about the people around you, right? Because for self-improvement, you're not just getting better for you, but you're also getting better for the people around you. One of the ways that I like to think about it is, what is the legacy that you're going to leave for your children or for your family? How do you want your family to remember you? Do you want to be that family member who just never appeared ever and everybody just thinks that you're a mysterious figure? Or are you going to be that family member that achieved greatness and that helped everyone when they were at their lowest, right? It's not even just about family, it's also about friends and even extended family. Be the person that you needed most when you were in the darkness. And that is part one of self-improvement. Part two is be that person to your family members. Be that person to the people that you love. You know, because it's not always about just you. It's also about the legacy that you live. It's also about the legacy that you leave for your own children, for your grandchildren, for your grandchildren's grandchildren, and 1,000 generations ahead of you. It's not only just about you. It's also about the furthering of your own family, your own bloodline. And if that sounds archaic to you, then I don't know what to say to you. I really don't know. Because the ultimate goal of our species is the continuation of our own. Is to foster kids, foster children, make love. See your children grow. Love them. Love them with all your heart, mind, and soul. Be fruitful and multiply, God said. So, be fruitful and multiply. And leave a legacy for your kids. And for their kids. And for their kids' kids. And for 1,000 generations ahead. Because all this hard work is going to pay off. Maybe you're 80 years old, right? You're seeing this video. Or maybe you're seeing this video 80 years in the future or whatever, right? I'd be astonished if anybody's seeing this video 80 years in the future. And maybe it's not just about your own, mental capacity or physical capacity, because I understand that at that age you're not going to be as physically fit or even mentally fit as you were even 20 years ago. It's about what you leave for your family. That legacy, that thing where it's like, yeah, he did the work and he left us an inheritance. That's what it's about. Not only helping yourself, but helping others at the same time. Being generous. And, at the end of the day, being that person that anybody can just walk up to and say, yeah, I can be with that person. And I can tell them anything that I want. And I won't feel judged. That is the essence of self-improvement. To further your own purpose. To leave a legacy for your children, for your family. And to be that person that you needed when you were in that darkness, when you were in that dark pit. And to be that person for others. That is what self-improvement is. So, yeah, thank you for watching.